Here's an interesting one that should excite you all. Today we're going to talk about the 120 volt relays that are in the back of most of our buses. Some of you will have these underneath your bed. These are in a back closet on my bus. I have a north to south bed, and I have this closet in the center, and these relays are on the back wall. I don't know if you can hear or not. There's a buzzing, a humming, and the humming is from these relays that switch power between shore and 120 volt. And all of this was extremely confusing to me until I got into it. And I thought I shall pass my knowledge on after getting with my buddy Kev, and we started going through these. Now, this bottom relay is not energized, so I'm not going to get electrocuted here. But I want to go over the 8 pins that are on these relays. Let me get that wire out of the way. So, top right is pin number 8. Bottom right is pin number 7. That is giving you 120 volt power from the inverters. Pin number 6 and pin number 5, and I don't know if you can tell or not, but these actually have numbers on them. It's hard to see in the video. But pin number 6 and pin number 5, that's giving you 120 volt from shore. Pin number 2, which is this one right up here, and pin number 1 below it, those are jump wires. So when there is power to 6 and 5, is jumping over to the 1 and 2, and that's what actuates the solenoid that switches between the shore and the inverter. And I'm going to show you that in a second. Pin number 4 and 3, so that's 4, the black below it is 3. Those are your outputs. That's what sends supply out to whatever 120 volt appliance you're trying to power, microwave, receptacles, whatever. So, right now, you can see this switch here. When the switch is out and connected here, it's getting power from the inverters. As soon as shore power is plugged in, the shore power comes in, it actuates that solenoid, and it sucks it back. And it makes contact on the backside, which gives you shore power. So, inverter power, shore power. All right. So, they go bad, they hum, they buzz. And when I say they go bad, they're still working, but they're starting to go out. So, then you have relays that are 12 volt and 120 volt. These are the relays that operate your AC units. And so you can see I got it marked 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Number 3, so top left, is your 12 volt constant. It's always got power there. Number 4 is a switchable 12 volt ground. So when you activate your switches up on the dash, you're activating a ground connection, not a 12 volt, and it kicks the AC power on back here. Number 5 down there, that is your 12 or 120 volt supply. So it's sitting there waiting for the connection to be made with the switch, 12 volt switch up on the dash. You flip it on, it connects, and 5 sends power over to 6, which goes out to your AC units. And so you are supplied with your power to the 3 AC units, hence 3 of those relays, and all's good. Well, in the 95 and 96, there was 5 of these relays for the 120 volt, and you've got your 3 AC units. In 97s, you had 7 of these relays, or even 8. I'm not looking at the diagram right now. And what I realized was the relays were added to the 97s to be able to kick on the front AC and the rear AC when you were going down the road off of inverters. So I'm going to add 2 of these 120 volt relays up top so that when I run down the road, I can use my Magnum 3000 watt inverters, my 920 amp hours of batteries, and my 1800 watts of solar power up top, plus a DC to DC converter off the engine to run some AC units and not overheat. Now this was all done before, but I mount that large Victron MPPT charge controller, which is sitting up there on the shelf, onto this panel. You can see the screws there. And when I decided to check out what the humming was about, I had to take the charge controller off, and it's not a big deal. I just do some wires and set it off to the side, pop it out. In the almost 3 years that I've owned this bus, I've only been back into this one time. But these seem to be overwhelming to some people. They're not. The other thing that I did is I marked all my covers for my boxes. And so on some of these, like for instance, this is the center box right here. You have 24 and 13. That is relay 24. That's relay 13. Those also correspond to breaker 24 in the panel and breaker 13. Breaker 24 is the voltmeter leg 2, kitchen receptacle, and inverter receptacle. Breaker number 13 is the rear receptacle and microwave. So I've marked all of my front covers. Plus, I've made a diagram of the relays. So later on, I don't get confused about what I'm telling you now, because I'm getting old and I forget things. But I've got them all labeled and diagrammed, so in the future I can figure out what I've got. So these relays are available online and not very difficult to change out. So I hope this helps and relieves some of the confusion that you all may have. Take care.